Good afternoon here from Hickory, North Carolina, inside historic Schuford Gymnasium. You're watching South Atlantic Conference basketball here on Bear Sports Network. I'm Adekale Ande, joined by my broadcast partner here today, Jeremy Zalaka. Jeremy, it feels good to be back here at home. Feels good to be able to call a game again. Excited for today's game between Lenoir-Rhyne and Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah, we got some South Atlantic Conference action. Little change in the schedule. We were supposed to have 2 home games this week. Unfortunately, the Wednesday's game had to get postponed due to the COVID protocols, but here we are today. We got a nice doubleheader in store. 80 minutes of Lenoir-Rhyne Lincoln Memorial basketball on tap.
Exactly. Lenoir-Rhyne coming off a tough loss in their last game, looking to bounce back here today and get their first victory of the season under Coach Graham Smith as well. And then this Lincoln Memorial squad coming off a loss against Anderson 54-32, looking to bounce back. So both teams looking to prove something here today. And Jay-Z, what do you think the key points for LR to win this game are?
Well, we joked a little bit earlier. One of the keys to the game was getting Lincoln Memorial here, having everybody test, and being able to actually play this game. So we're here. We crossed that off the list. But getting into the actual keys for today, I think one of the prime ones early in this contest is finding that early offensive identity. Getting in that groove offensively. This is, game number 5 for the Bears. And we've had some stops. We've had some goes. So the consistency has been tough to find. And today we may even have some more trouble consistently because we'll get into some of the roster changes that we had and the late starting lineup adjustment. But trying to find that offensive identity early and putting some points on the board.
Exactly. That's a huge key. And I think another big key for this LR squad is their freshmen. They have a lot of freshmen on this team, I believe 8, and a majority of them are going to play here today. So they need to step up, and they're no longer freshmen at this point in the season. I know you usually say that when you're towards the end of your season, but they got to step up and really, prove that they deserve to be on the court. And I think that has to be, Emily Harmon, Josie Hayes. They really got to step up here.
Also, I think we need to get the guard play. Hannah McClung had an outstanding game, one of her best games in a Lenoir-Rhyne jersey the last time we played, hitting from inside, hitting from long range, creating some stuff for some teammates. She's a key along with Emily Harmon. You mentioned her as a freshman, needs to step up, and she's had a huge role in this team, playing 35 minutes a night. She's had a double-double. She had 13 points in the last home game. If we can get the 2 of them going at the same time, we've had trouble. One of them gets hot, one of them cools off. If we can get both of those 2 playing at a high level at the same time, I think they'll be a tough team to beat.
And another key freshman I really want to see step up here today is Blakely Crooks. Got to watch her play when she played in the regional final here at LR in high school when she played for Freedom. She is a very good player. She kind of reminds me of Paige Beckers, who plays for UConn. A tall, lanky guard, is able to get down the floor, make good passes. She's got a pretty jump shot. I just would love to see her get going early and for her to be a focal point in this offense.
And she stepped up in a big way the last home game we had against Catawba. 10 points in the first half. I think she went 4 for 6 from the field, hit both of her 3-pointers. Didn't score in the second half, but those are, that's tough when the defense starts keying you at the break and putting some more emphasis on covering you. But she did have a strong first half last game.
And then for Lincoln Memorial, this is a new staff on this team, coached by Devin Carter, bringing his staff over from Tusculum. Super excited to see what they do here today. They have that 3-headed monster in Lauren Flowers, Lexi Reiser, and Lindsay Profit, all 3 averaging over 10 points a game. And Lauren Flowers is averaging 7.2 rebounds and leading this Lincoln Memorial team, and she's a guard. So they got to box out LR if they're going to be able to stop her. And for this Lincoln Memorial team, it's all about, swinging the ball around and feeding those 3 players because they get the majority of your shots. And if they can start getting a flow and a rhythm, I think they're going to be very tough to stop.
And they struggled in their midweek game against Anderson. They didn't shoot great, had a cold night, but sometimes those are the scary games because it's bound to turn around. And they're going to hit some shots and they're going to get it together at some point, and we're just hoping that it's not today. There's also a Lenoir-Rhyne tie on the Lincoln Memorial bench. Ashley Rodriguez was a 4-year player here for Lenoir-Rhyne, so she was on the staff at Tusculum with Coach Carter, and she joined him here at Lincoln Memorial.
Always love seeing those ties between these schools in the SAC conferences. We're about 3 minutes left till opening tip-off. I think we are going to start here with starters for both sides. First for the visiting team, the Lincoln Memorial starters, we're going to have guard 20 Lexi Kaiser, Addie Kirkpatrick at forward, Jordan Maney at forward, Lauren Flowers at guard, and Lindsey Profit as guard as well. And now for your Bears starting lineup, going to have Hannah McClung at guard, number 20, Emily Harmon at guard, number 21, Mallory Sherrill will get the start, and Alyssa Wagner is back, number 23 at guard, and Olivia Nunn, number 32.
So a quick lineup change, you know, as 2020 has turned into 2021, we're still having some bad luck here. We had and shoot around a couple players banged heads with each other, so Olivia Nunn is sporting a nice lump above her right eye, and Kiara Moore with a little, she'll have a little gash on her forehead for this one, and I'm not sure if she's suiting up or not, if she was able to get cleaned up or not. It looks like she's in street clothes today, so she won't be participating. So just a late lineup change for Coach Smith, but I think this is the year to always be ready for something to happen at the last minute, and we've had plenty of stops and starts, so we got another hurdle today.
I mean, trial and tribulation has been the theme of 2020, to say the least. It's all about the bounce back. Looking forward to both of these squads about to tip off here in a little under 2 minutes as we're getting ready for South Atlantic Conference basketball. Jay-Z, this is the part of the broadcast where I like to do a bold prediction. Just anything crazy stick out to you that might happen here today?
You know, I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, a defensive battle. Both of these teams have had some issues scoring this season. I think the team that can do the best on the glass, keeping the offensive teams off the offensive boards, getting the rebound and getting out in transition, because I think an easy way to score off of missed shots are getting those putbacks and those layups, and that can sometimes get a score going, just seeing that ball go through the hoop.
And my bold prediction, Jay-Z, I'm predicting a freshman for Lenoir-Rhyne is going to have 20 or more today. I feel very strongly with Emily Harmon's game. She's very crafty with the ball. And someone like Blakely Crooks, if you let her get by you, like kind of leave her unnoticed, I think she can explode here tonight against this Lincoln Memorial squad.
Well, we're about 50 seconds from finding out. And I think we're going to head down for starting lineups here momentarily and get this thing tipped off. And game 5 for the Bears is about to get underway.
Hello and welcome to the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University Super Gymnasium in Jonathan's Court for today's basketball game between the Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters and the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. At this time, we ask you to please rise if you are able and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. It's time for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters. Starting at 4, 6'1" senior from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, number 3.
Once again, we're back waiting for the starting lineups from the PA announcer. Just want to mention the starting lineups are sponsored by Everett Chevrolet.
And now, welcome to the For Your starting five for your Lenoir Bears. Starting at guard, 5'5" junior from Buckhannon, West Virginia, number 2, Hannah McClung. At guard, 5'6" freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia, number 20, Emily Holman. Starting at guard, 5'8" junior from Harrisburg, North Carolina, number 23, Alyssa. Starting at forward from 5'11", freshman from Statesville, North Carolina, number 21, Lenoir-Rhyne. And at forward is freshman senior from Lexington, number 32, Olivia Dunn. The Bears are coached by Graham Schmidt in his first season.
So first career start for Mallory Sherrill. As we take a look at the Lincoln Memorial starting lineup, as we mentioned, the late lineup change. Mallory Sherrill will be getting her first career start, and Alyssa Wagner will be getting her first start of the season as she came off the bench in her debut.
Yeah, looking forward to Alyssa Wagner being back on the court here. I'm excited for her. She's kind of that Swiss Army knife for this Lenoir-Rhyne basketball squad. Very good defensively, and looking for her to really step up and go and lock down the best player on Lincoln Memorial squad, which at times can be Lauren Flowers, Lexi Reiser, or Lindsay Profit. So let's look for Wagner to get involved defensively, as we're about to start things off right here. LR donning their home whites. Lincoln Memorial on the road, and navy blues. Looks like it's going to be Nunn and Profit in the middle. Excuse me, Kirkpatrick in the middle. And Nunn wins the tip for LR. So we're starting things off. Looks like Lincoln Memorial is in an early zone. Looks like a 2-3 zone. They're rotating on everything. Good split by Harmon. And a floater just in and out. Good offensive rebound there by Wagner. And they're going to reset the offense.
It's almost it looks like a matchup 2-3 zone. A little man-to-man principles, but trading off a little odd formation at the top of the zone.
We get a corner 3 for Hannah McClung. Good from the outside.
And she just started the last game with a made three-pointer too. So Hannah getting used to these hot starts here at Schuford Gym.
And the Bears in a little bit of a zone as well as themselves. As they're switching on everything though. Good ball denial. Ball at the top of the key. There's Profit. Dribble handoff. Now into Maney. Maney driving in with the left, and she gets it to go over Sherrill.
Tough finish with the left there. Good drive to the basket.
And Lincoln Memorial in an early full court press. McClung able to beat the full court pressure. They're still in the thick of that zone. LR's got to swing the ball here and get it going. Sherrill open, baseline jump shot. Got all but air right there and could not save it inbounds as Lauren Flowers, and that's going to be LR's possession.
The shot clock is not going to reset, so they only got 6 seconds to get something off here.
Good heads up right there, JZ. They have to get a good look here. You got enough time to maybe set up an inbounds play and fire something. It's a lot of time, actually. Sherrill, now McClung looking to get busy. Drives into the paint, leaves it short, and Lincoln Memorial out and running. Kaiser now over to Flowers on the wing. Kaiser swinging it. Good ball denial right there by McClung. Almost a 5-second closely guarded. Now Maney going to fire a 3, and she knocks it down from distance.
All 5 to Maney early in this game. She's done inside, she's done outside, the drive to the basket, and now the three-pointer.
And McClung trying to split it, and she'll be fouled. Looks like the foul will be on Jordan Maney, and that will be her first. Now, this is what we talked about, Jay-Z. The Bears have got to establish their offensive identity early. Let's see who they're going to go to here. It's been Harmon and McClung early on who've gotten shots here for the Bears.
Some good looks, too. Hannah with an open 3. Emily got to the bucket and got a nice shot up in the lane, just rattled out on her.
Harmon inside to Nunn. That's a tough entry pass into the low block. And now Flowers out and running, and good strip there by Harmon to get back on the defensive end.
Good hustle back. She made the turnover on the offensive end, but good to get back and make that a contested shot on the defensive end. Sounds like they're going to issue a delay of game warning on Lincoln Memorial. They're putting the ball in play.
Interesting. Did not see what happened there, but nevertheless, Lincoln Memorial will be with the ball. And an illegal screen be called on Jordan Maney, and that's her second personal.
That's big. I mean, she's been their whole offense for the first 2.5 minutes, and to get 2 quick ones on her, looks like she's coming out.
And that will bring in number 5, Michaela Keeney.
Keeney, the senior, coming off the bench, giving some added experience.
As the Bears trying to break this press, and Nunn is calling for the ball. That's a tough entry pass, though, in a 2-3 zone. You got to push up higher if you're Nunn. You can't stay on that low block. There's extra help. Wagner now working the ball around. Good swing over to Nunn. Harmon's got to get something up here for 3, and it's good from distance.
So as we mentioned in the pregame, Emily and Hannah got to get together at the same time, and right now they got all 5 for the Bears.
And good defense there by Alyssa Wagner, putting, I believe that is Profit on the floor. Good defense. Shot clock under 10. Ball gets deflected out of bounds by Nunn as we show you the south side Power and Fitness replay. On the last offensive possession, good swing, a jab step, and Harmon able to pull up for 3.
You know, on the defensive end, coaches always praise getting deflections because it always gets the offense out of sync. And you see we knocked it out with 10 seconds left, and now they got to run a play and throw something up at the bucket and don't convert. And that's all because we got deflections on the defensive end.
That was great heads-up defense there on that drive by LR. Now McClung looking to set up the offense. And you see early on, Jay-Z, this Lincoln Memorial team is a zone identity defense. And McClung open again for 3 and just a little long on that attempt. Good hustle there. Olivia Nunn on the deck. And you got to love that from your senior if you're Coach Smith.
And she's not afraid to mix it up. You know, she butted heads in pregame shoot-around. She's getting in there, getting the jump ball. You love to see the hustle from the senior, not backing away from contact, even though you wouldn't blame her for doing it.
Not bashful is Olivia Nunn, able to get on the floor there and tie it up, but jump ball, possession the other way for Lincoln Memorial. Lacey Keeney there at the top of the key. Now Kirkpatrick. And then Kaiser driving in. Good initial defense. Now Kirkpatrick, free throw line, jump shot, in and out. Harmon now forcing the issue. McClung's got the post if she wants it. Good ball denial by Kirkpatrick.
You know, Olivia's working so hard in the post. I'd love to see, you know, a post entry here or there and reward that effort. But Emily Harmon with the drive to the basket puts it in. She's got 5 early ones.
I love Emily Harmon's game. I feel like every time she plays the game of basketball, she's in slow motion. And there's very few players that I've seen give me that feeling that they just slow the game down, and Emily Harmon's one of them.
Which is impressive for a freshman. You know, this is only the 5th game that she's played here at Lenoir-Rhyne, and she's been the leading scorer for the majority of the game so far this season.
Good defense there as Keeney fires a deep 2. Missed all of it there. A good outlet pass by Nunn. McClung driving. Left-handed floater. Count the basket. This might be the best McClung in the country. Forget about Mac over in Texas Tech. Hannah McClung is forcing the issue here for the Bears and has them a 9-5 lead here as we go into a timeout.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
As we are back here, fans, remember, Geico is a South Atlantic Conference sponsor. Do you own your own rent? Do you own or rent your own home? Sure you do. Fortunately, Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. It's a good thing, too, because having a home is hard work. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico.com, easy. Jay-Z, we're back here. Hannah McClung got an and one right there before the timeout. 9-5 ball game with 4:53 remaining.
Yeah, Hannah with 5 early points, and we talked about the value of rebounding in this one. And Bears with an early 5-2 advantage in that, 2 of them being offensive rebounds.
And in and out on that free throw right there. As you see, the same starting 5 for LR. And the same 5 for Lincoln Memorial as well. And a foul will be called on...
Sounds like it was on none is what they announced.
That'll be Olivia Nunn's first personal. Ball up in the air. Cheryl almost able to tip it away. Keeney, a good pump fake. Lost the ball. Flowers driving in strong left side. Not able to get it to go. Very surprised they reset the clock there to 30, but now they fixed it. It's back to 20. 12 on the shot clock. A deep 3 there by Flowers. In and out. Good defensive possession for Lenoir-Rhyne. So Hannah McClung now trying to feed the post. Nunn going to work with the right and gets it to go.
You got to reward the big players for their effort in the post, and that's, the higher percentage shots are going to be the ones in the paint anyways, so good to give her a touch, and they got a basket out of it.
Exactly, Jay-Z. I'm looking for Nunn to get it going here in that low block, and we got to highlight Alyssa Wagner there. Her ball denial might be the best in the South Atlantic Conference, especially on guards. Now Harmon pushing. High pick and roll there with Olivia Nunn. Looking for the roll was Hannah McClung. Looks like Lincoln Memorial now in a man defense. Harmon driving in.
A lot of talk on the Lincoln Memorial bench as McClung's shot comes off. But again, another offensive rebound for the Bears. Alyssa Wagner grabs it. We're going to pull it out as Olivia Nunn is down on the floor. Not more contact for her, but the Bears setting something up with 12 seconds.
Yeah, we need to get an Olivia Nunn counter, see how many times she's going to end up on the deck here tonight.
They're going to call an offensive foul. They're going to call a moving screen on Alyssa Wagner on that one off the ball.
That'll be her first personal. But like I said, Jay-Z, I think you pointed out a really big factor here pregame is Lenoir-Rhyne needs to win on the boards in order to win this game, and so far they've been doing an excellent job.
Yeah, it's 8-4, 3 offensive rebounds for the Bears, getting some second chance opportunities, 3 second chance points for the Bears of the 11. So
as Blakely Crooks enters the game for Lenoir-Rhyne, as well as number 33 Grace Day for Lincoln Memorial, and a 3 is going to be put up there by Kaiser, in and out. And a drive by Keeney, and she gets it to go over Nunn.
Tough finish with the left hand there off the offensive rebound. Again, we mentioned the value of these offensive rebounds. When you're not shooting well from the outside, you don't want to give the team more chances, and there has been a handful of those so far, as Hannah buries a second three-pointer of the game off of an assist from Emily Harmon.
3-ball corner pocket there for Hannah McClung. 14-7 here with a little over 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
You can tell Hannah McClung likes playing a lot better here in Shoot for Jim. 8 points early in this first quarter. She's coming off a 16-point game in her last game at home.
And a beautiful baseline drive there by Lauren Flowers. Cuts into the deficit there for Lincoln Memorial.
You never want to allow baseline drives. That's just a bad closeout on our end.
Now Harmon with the rock here for the Bears. High pick and roll there. Crooks, she wants it on that low block. She's got a really beautiful elbow jump shot. McClung going to fire another three.
Heat check.
No hesitation. Great rebound there by Nunn. And now Harmon fires the three, in and out. Almost another offensive rebound for the Bears. And now Profit pushing. Free throw line jump shot, no good.
That was a quick one. She didn't really have numbers, but you can't blame her on that elbow pull-up there from Profit.
Wagner now with the ball. You got to feed Crooks here and let her go to work. And there's that pretty jump shot we were talking about. She has got it.
It's a nice face-up move, too. Got it, reverse pivot, face the hoop, and can do anything there that she wanted. The defender backed off her, and she buried the jumper right in her face.
And Keeney almost traveling there. Almost lifted up her pivot foot. And errant pass, able to handle it is Kaiser. We're under a minute left to play here in the first quarter. 7 on the shot clock. A ball swing. And a deep three by Grace Day. No good. A good box out there by Blakely Crooks. And now Lenoir-Rhyne can, if they wanted, they could go for the 2-for-1, but they're going to hold it for one quality shot and then go and play defense on the other end.
Lenoir-Rhyne holding Lincoln Memorial just 30% shooting in this first quarter. Tough defense as we got a jump ball on a post entry.
See, I don't know about that one. If you're LR Crooks, you're open at 18 feet. That's your jump shot right there. You got to take it. But it's going to be Lenoir-Rhyne's ball based off the possession arrow. So we get some substitutions in and a 1.8 shot clock, the game clock difference. And never mind, they're going to change it because never changed possession. It wasn't a rebound, it was just a jump ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Looking for some motion action, maybe to get Crooks open. McClung able to chase down the ball under 10 seconds here. Trying to feed the post. Now Harmon's going to fire the three. It's long. Cheryl trying to get the offensive rebound, and she'll be called for over the back.
You know, just thinking as we're going through here, that's the first on Cheryl. That's one, Olivia Nunn has one. With Kiara Moore not playing tonight, we don't have a ton of depth inside. So we got to avoid some foul trouble from our bigs who have each picked one up here in the first quarter.
100%. You don't want to see Hannah McClung down there on the low block with the Giants. Got to get out, stay out of foul trouble. And Keeney will fire a three and not able to connect. And looking for a foul there, but that's the end of the first quarter. Your score is Lenoir-Rhyne 16, Lincoln Memorial 9. And we'll be back shortly here for more basketball.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
So we're back here on Bear Sports Network. I want to give a special shout out there to Emerge Ortho Merge Ortho is the official sports medicine provider of the Bears with 45 locations in 21 counties from the mountains to the coast. Merge Ortho is North Carolina's premier provider, providing world-class, comprehensive, and compassionate care for Lenoir-Rhyne student-athletes.
You know, Lenoir-Rhyne held Lincoln Memorial to just 28.6% shooting in that first quarter. I think that's an important fact because Lincoln Memorial is coming off a game where they struggled offensively, only went 11 for 60 against Anderson and scoring 32 points. And to keep them cold in the first quarter was big because now I think they're going to start second-guessing some of their shot selections and maybe forcing some things offensively.
Looks like Lenoir-Rhyne is switching everything here on the defensive end. Keeney, hesitation. Driving in. A deep pass to Kaiser on the wing for three, and it's good there for Lincoln Memorial.
That's one you don't want to give an open look to, and I think that was a defensive breakdown because you want to keep a hand in her face, and you don't want to see her get that confidence up with a made bucket.
Exactly. You got to stay home there on the defensive end. Late shot clock. You got to be able to get to all the outlets, and Kaiser was able to knock down that three on the wing. How will Lenoir-Rhyne answer? Is Harmon in to inbound the ball to McClung?
Only one free throw attempt combined from both teams in that first quarter.
That's just great offensive, defensive basketball, I guess. Nothing.
And, that's what they say with zones, too. You play zone to stay out of foul trouble, and neither team has been able to convert a free throw just yet.
2 seconds on the clock, and Crooks not able to corral that rebound, but will stay with Lenoir-Rhyne. And like we said earlier, Jay-Z, they got to find that offensive identity, and they got to keep sticking with it. McClung has been hot. We got to drop some plays from her, and we got to feed Crooks. She hit her first and only jump shot.
Yeah, I think we need to find a third scoring threat. We've seen Hannah be able to do it. We've seen Emily score. Who's going to be that third person that can come up and hit some shots when those two are covered?
So we get an illegal screen call there on Cheryl, and you don't really love that if you're Coach Smith, because that is Cheryl's second personal.
Two illegal screening calls on the Bears. So those are turnovers and empty possessions.
Still on that man defense, Keeney now inside to Grace Day. Keeney now the swing over to Flowers. She's dangerous. Leading scorer there for the Rail Splitters, and she knocks down a deep two.
Looks like they went under the screen, and she had a wide open look because of the ball screen, and she knocked it down.
Yeah, if you're a good jump shooter, you always lick your chops when someone goes under the screen. Now McClung surveying the offense, trying to set up the play. Harmon, hesitation. Bears look lost here, looking to get something going inside to Harmon. 5 seconds left. Harmon, step back, jump shot. No good, and I'm not sure if that hit the rim. Will be a shot clock violation.
The zone has given us some issues here. It's causing some fits. I think Lenoir-Rhyne needs to look to attack the middle part of that zone. Emily caught it there at the free throw line, but pulled it out. If she looks to go to the basket, that's the weak spot of that zone is the middle. So they got to be able to find a way to get in that side and not just swing the ball around the perimeter.
Exactly. They keep trying to feed Crooks there on the low block in the post as we get a foul there on Harmon.
No, they're going to call that on Lincoln Memorial 20. That some sort of offense. I'm not sure if that was an illegal screen or something off the ball, but Flowers did not have the ball, but she was whistled for the foul.
So an off-ball foul there. Like as I was saying before, they got to get Crooks in the middle in that high post, put Cheryl on that low block. Crooks has an excellent jump shot there from free throw line extended. Just let her turn and shoot to make a play. Trust your freshman. As now Crooks will step forward. High pick and roll. Harmon now going to fire a three-pointer, and it's good. Green light there for Emily Harmon.
Emily's got 7. The duo of Hannah and Emily have 15 of the Bears' 19. So as we said, we need to see a third player step up and take some of the offensive burden off those two. Harmon's going to get whistled for a foul trying to get through a dribble handoff.
So we see the south side replay. Harmon just raises up there on the wing, the right wing, and able to knock it down for Lenoir-Rhyne. As Profit returns there for LMU as well. as
here's something that we should look at for the rest of this game, because Lenoir-Rhyne so far has only played 6 players. And I think come third quarter, fourth quarter, that could start wearing us down a little bit and giving Lincoln Memorial an advantage as they're rotating a bunch of players in and out of this contest, as we got to play a little shorthanded today.
As Cassie Kenny had just entered the game, misses that three-pointer. Kenny able to get a deflection. Harmon off the screen, stops and pops, not able to get it to go. Kaiser corrals the board there for Lincoln Memorial. Keeney. Now outside to Grace Day. Good backdoor cut, and a travel going to be called. That's a travel every day of the week, Jay-Z.
Great. It was a great cut to get open. I think there was just a couple more players in the lane that she wanted to see, and it caused her to shuffle her feet a little bit. So there we go. There's the rotation of that 6-player. Blakely Crooks is going to come in for Mallory Sherrill and keep rotating those 6 bodies in and out, and hopefully keep them fresh a little bit anyway.
As Lincoln Memorial still in the midst of the zone defense, Lenoir-Rhyne still has yet to kind of find that answer. It's been the deep 3, and McClung just really short there on that 3-pointer.
That might have been a lob pass. I think that's what she was trying to do. That was a pass to Emily Harmon, I'm sure.
Now going to reattempt that 3 and just short off the rim. Keeney secures the board for Lincoln Memorial.
They're going to say that one was deflected out of bounds, so it's going to stay Lincoln Memorial's ball with 5:36 left here in this second quarter.
It's 19-14 ball game. So far, we've seen a very slow offensive start there for both sides, as you predicted early on, Jay-Z. And post hook right there by Keeney, strong off the glass, does not go in.
I think one of the early turning points of this game is when, as they're going to call an off-the-ball foul here on number 33, Grace Day, was when number 15, Jordan Maney, picked up her second foul early. She was hot. She hit two buckets quick and then got whistled for 2 fouls and has been on the bench since. I think she was getting Lincoln Memorial going as we had perfect execution on that out-of-bounds play to get an easy layup for Blakely Crooks. But Maney was hot, and she hit the 3-pointer. She got in the lane, and she finished. And she's been on the bench ever since, and Lincoln Memorial has been struggling on the offensive end.
And I would love to see more of that there from Lenoir-Rhyne. They got to get quicker there in their offensive possessions. It seems they get flustered after the first 10 seconds, and then no offense is there. As you see, a Euro step in the lane, not able to get it to go there is number 22, Cassidy Kenny.
Coach Carter yelled so hard his face mask came off. 2021 problems, I guess.
There's a lot of contact there with
he's going to call a timeout. He wants to go over that shot selection, I think, so we're going to get a timeout here on the court.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
So we're back here on Bear Sports Network. If you like the gear you're seeing right there from Lenoir-Rhyne, that is brought to you by Custom Design Group. If you want official LR apparel, make sure to visit Custom Design Group in person or online at lrwear.com. Custom Design Group is the official apparel provider of LR Athletics.
Each team stuck on 5 points here in the second quarter as we're midway through. Trying to get something going on the offensive end. I think the zone on both ends has caused some trouble.
See, good ball denial there in the post. Nunn trying to play good defense, and the friendly roll. Able to get it to go is Addie Kirkpatrick.
When Lincoln Memorial is able to get the ball inside, I think they're a little more dangerous. They're 8 points in the paint of their 16. Half the points that they've scored have come in the paint. I think they, as a lot of teams can do, can get easily. And Enchanted was just swinging the ball in the perimeter, but getting that ball inside has been beneficial for them early today.
Yeah, and I would love to see Lenoir-Rhyne try to do the same and really start moving the ball inside and get that outside shot going as well. As McClung, a pivot around Crooks, fading, turning, trying to keep her pivot foot alive. Now McClung, a mid-range jump shot, in and out. Good pursuit of the ball by Alyssa Wagner, but a lot of contact there and just could not handle the ball.
Yeah, good effort on her end trying to get that offensive board. Had it in her hands, but lost it out of bounds. Tough effort, or tough outcome on good effort.
You see Kaiser there with the ball. She's been a little quiet here today. Kenny feeding the post. Good help defense there, and forcing the travel is Lenoir-Rhyne, Crooks, and Nunn.
Yeah, that was great help defense by Blakely Crooks. I don't think Kirkpatrick was anticipating when she drop stepped in the lane to have another body there. She was thinking she was going to get a hook shot off in the lane uncontested, but Blakely was right there at the right spot at the right time.
Now Harmon, as they want to feed the ball to Crooks on that low block. She's calling for it, but once again, I would love to see her in the high post. There it is. Now Crooks can fire that mid-range jump shot.
Good look. She had a great look, just couldn't knock it down. But you're right. That's the spot in that zone. That's where you want to get the ball, and you're going to get good looks just like that one.
Kaiser pulling the ball back there for Lincoln Memorial. Keeney. Good back cut there, and a blocking foul will be called, as that will send Lindsey Profit to the line.
That's the second time she hit him with the backdoor cut and got open. She knows how to move without the ball in her hands. You can tell she's got a high basketball IQ on how to get open.
Yeah, as you said, the second time we've seen that. And one thing that people don't get about those backdoor cuts is if you can get your defender to turn their hips, you've beaten them almost 9 times out of 10 there. And that's the second time as Profit's able to knock down that first free throw attempt.
Plus, you're going to get that defender thinking, all right, she's already beat me twice back door. I got to be leery of that. So next time you might be able to jab step, fake, and pop back out and catch an open shot attempt because of that.
Is LR having some trouble breaking this full court pressure of LMU?
That's a bad pass, but luckily that ball got knocked out of bounds. A one-handed lob pass across court against pressure defense is not going to get that one done, and that's where the Bears struggled last game against Catawba. Catawba threw the press on. Obviously, Coach Carter watched that film of that game because he's putting the press out when his team is struggling to find some easy shots on the offensive end, so they're looking to try and get some steals out of this press.
And Crooks driving in, weaving, could not get it to go. McClung jumping to get the board, but now Kenny there with the ball. And a turnover as Harmon, going the other end with the left, scores in transition. So defense and the offense there for the Bears. Jay-Z, it's been one of the themes of the game.
You know, we talk about the offensive contributions from, as we get a travel at the top of the key from Lincoln Memorial. We talk about the offensive contributions from McClung and Harmon. They're also our top 2 leading rebounders from the guard position. Emily's grabbing 7 rebounds a game, which is a staggering number from your shooting guard. And Hannah, despite her stature, averages 4.8 rebounds per game. So those 2 numbers are the highest on the team.
And that just goes to show you when you want the board badly, you're going to go up and get it. And Nunn not able to put it in there on the baby hook in the post. Flowers now driving left, spins back middle. A great pass inside. And that will send Kirkpatrick to the line for 2.
That was a great play to drop that ball, beat the defender, drew a defender, dumped it off, and they're going to get free throw attempts. They had a shot at an open layup, but a foul was called, and they're going to look to convert on the free throw line.
And, Jay-Z, those fouls are starting to pile up there for Lenoir-Rhyne, as this is the second straight trip there for Lincoln Memorial.
Looks like Mallory Sherrill's getting ready to check back in after this. Nope, and she heads back to the bench. As soon as I said that, the old announcer jinx maybe. Oh, Josie Hayes will be checking in. So they thought better of it, and we're going to go to Josie Hayes, the freshman. Hayes is entering for Alyssa Wagner.
And Hayes, a freshman from Morganton, North Carolina, averaging 2.8 points a game and a career high of 9. Looking for her to get going, an excellent shooter from the outside.
Yeah, her first game, first career game in the LR jersey, she hit 3 3-pointers, went 3 for 3, dropped 9 points against Anderson. So she can get it going, especially against the zone. I'm sure she might be able to find some open shots from the perimeter.
Now if they swing it here, good backdoor there by Crooks. Not able to get a jump shot, a layup up with the left. Now Keeney will force the issue there for Lincoln Memorial.
4 rebounds for Keeney. She's doing some work on the boards.
Outside to Keeney for 3 and connects there on the wing.
She's been given some good minutes off the bench. She came in when Maney picked up her second, and she's, grabbing rebounds, hitting some shots, and trying to will her team back to a 23-23 tie.
Yep, just like that, a tie ball game with approaching a minute left to play. And a foul on the floor.
Keeney with 5 points and 4 boards.
As a foul will be called on Addie Kirkpatrick. Let's see if they go back to that inbounds play with Crooks.
Better defense from that one out of Lincoln Memorial. Knocked that ball out of bounds. 20 seconds to shoot.
Flowers jumped the passing lane. A minute 19 on the game clock here in the second quarter. 23-23. And 19 seconds on the shot clock.
I was going to say that ball got tipped out and it took a second off the shot clock. So,
hey, every second matters. Hayes. Now back to McClung. And they got to get going here. We're approaching 12 on the shot clock. McClung moving, now driving, a floater up and no good. Keeney with the board and a steal there by Crooks. Straight robbery.
That just came down to who wanted it more, and that was Blakely Crooks. She ripped it right out of the Lincoln Memorial players' hands and laid it in for 2 points, giving the Bears a 25-23 lead.
Under a minute left to play, 40 seconds. Trying to get a backdoor cut for Kaiser. Flowers driving in strong, spinning, up, not able to get it to go. Bears can hold it for one shot with a 6-second shot clock difference. Harmon driving in and gets the floater.
I mean, who needs one shot when you got an open lane to the basket for Emily Harmon? We'll take that every day, and she's got 11 points to lead the Bears.
Shot clock off, 15 seconds remaining here in the first half, 27-23. What will LMU do to close the half? Flowers at the top of the key. Refuses the screen, drives in strong. Crooks the rebound, 2 seconds left. Crooks fires a half-court shot and just right of the rim, and that will be the first half, folks. Your score is Lenoir-Rhyne 27, LMU 23, and we'll be back with more first half analysis and more second half action here on Bear Sports Network.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found an expert for my heart.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
as we are back here for the halftime show presented by East Coast Wings. After that first half, your Bears are up 27-23 over the LMU Rail Splitters. Let's go over to the halftime stats.
Almost it looks like a matchup.
Highlight reel there from the first half. In the first half, the Bears got it going from distance. McClung with an early 8 points there for Lenoir-Rhyne, as well as Emily Harmon with 11. And for Lincoln Memorial, it was Keeney who got it going off the bench when Jordan Maney got in foul trouble. And like I said, it was a low-scoring first half, 27-23, but somehow both sides were able to get it going there in that last kind of 2 to 3 minute stretch going back and forth. And we're looking for more exciting action here. Jay-Z, what are you looking forward to here in the second half from both sides?
Somebody's got to start making some shots at a more consistent level, and they're going to pull away. I think there's, as we mentioned in the pregame, these two teams have struggled offensively. They're the lowest two-scoring teams in the South Atlantic Conference. The Bears came in averaging just a little over 50 points a game. Lincoln Memorial is in the high 50s, 57, 58 area, like two of the lowest scoring teams in the league. So somebody is going to have to start hitting some shots to create some separation. But so far the Bears, with a slight advantage, have had the lead the entire game, only had been tied on a couple of occasions, but never been able to push the lead much further than a handful of points.
Exactly, and I think the biggest point you made there in that first half was that LR needs to find a third scorer. It's been Harmon, it's been McClung. Crooks has had some bright spots, but they got to get the offense rolling quicker. As we show you the first half stats there presented by East Coast Wings and Lincoln Memorial. 23 points, 34.8 from the field, 100 from the free throw line, 37.5 from three, 17 rebounds, 4 offensive boards, and 7 turnovers. LR 37.5% from the field. Have only been to the free throw line once, and they're 0 for 1. 27.3 from 3, 18 rebounds, 7 offensive boards, and 5 turnovers.
I think that'll be a big key in the second half as can Lenoir-Rhyne get to the free throw line a little bit. As you mentioned, just one attempt in the first half. Against the zone, it's not uncommon to see that be a low total just from swinging the ball around the perimeter. But getting to the free throw line, trying to get those easy points to try and, supplement a struggling offense is get to the free throw line and start building that point total up.
Exactly. You make a great point. I think LR has been attacking the zone and it's a good look to try to get into that low block, but it's very difficult because you're going to have help defense from each wing. So they got to attack that high free throw line area. Crooks has done it before. It's Cheryl there. Once you get that entry pass, you're going to get people swarming in trying to cheat off their man or their area. And you're going to have open looks from 3. And it's worked so far from the 3-point line for Lenoir-Rhyne.
And just looking at the stats here on our laptop, it looks like 28 of the 32 shot attempts have come from the trio of Hannah McClung, Emily Harmon, and Blakely Crooks. So we mentioned getting some others step up, trying to get that ball into the interior and get Olivia Nunn some touches, get Blakely Crooks some touches inside or at the free throw line extended. But right now, this is just a perimeter-dominated game on the Lenoir-Rhyne end.
Exactly. As we see the matchup right there, you see Michaela Keeney, 2 for 5 from the field, with 1 for 2 from 3, with 5 points and 1 assist and 5 boards. Coming off the bench there for Maney, who was in early foul trouble. And then McClung, 3 of 11 from the field, 0 for 1 from the free throw line, but 2 of 6 from distance with 3 assists. Like you said before, the shooting, it's not pretty so far from both sides, but they got to get it going in the second half. We're looking forward to more fluid offense from both sides as they're moving the ball around. And I'm looking for Lenoir-Rhyne to kind of turn that defense into offense. We've seen a couple steals and some passing lanes jumped and able to score on the other end. So I'm looking for more fast break points as well as more defense there for Lenoir-Rhyne.
And we also talked about the first half. Is this playing 6-7 players on our end? Is this going to be sustainable in the second half? Hannah McClung and Emily Harmon have both played the full 20-minute first half. Olivia Nunn has been in for 17 minutes. Alyssa Wagner, 18 minutes. This is only Alyssa Wagner's second game this season. So does that playing time, does that wear and tear start taking its toll, at the end of the third quarter, middle and end parts of the fourth quarter? That's yet to be seen, but I don't know that we have many options. We only have 10 players suited up on the Lenoir-Rhyne bench, so many of them haven't seen a ton of time this year. So I think you got to roll with the group you got.
Exactly, you got to roll with what you got. And another big thing I've noticed, as you said, Harmon and McClung have been putting up a shooting clinic with both 21 shot attempts between the two of them. So it's got to come from someone else. As fatigue tolls them here in the second half, let's see if that can hold up. But there's got to be a third source of scoring as well as more offensive continuity from the Bears. As we're about a minute before we start things off here in the second half.
Lincoln Memorial still in the locker room, not out yet, so making a bunch of halftime adjustments. Coach Carter, we saw them play a little bit last year. We saw Tusculum in the conference tournament. We saw them twice in the regular season. He came to Lincoln Memorial from Tusculum, and he's a good coach. He had them winning. They won the conference tournament. He took the job at Lincoln Memorial, and I'm sure it's just a matter of time before both of these programs with first-year head coaches are moving up in the South Atlantic Conference standings, but this year it's going to be a little rough.
As everyone's adjusted with all these, less practice time with COVID protocols going around, and just it's a dysfunctional year, but everyone's making it work the best of their ability. Another shout out there to Southside, who's been the sponsor of our replays here today. Southside Power and Fitness provides an exclusive discount of almost 50% off for Lenoir-Rhyne faculty, staff, and students. Experience what Southside has to offer at SouthsidePF.com. The only limit is you. So we're getting ready to begin the second half, 27-23 ball game. If you're just tuning in, between the visiting Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters and your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. I'm Adekale Ande on the call along with Jeremy Zalaka. It's been a great one so far. Looking for offense to kind of pick up here in the second half, but defensively, if you like a defensive ball game, then this is the game for you.
And I think it's going to be more of the same in the second half.
It will be Lenoir-Rhyne's possession. The ball is inbounded. Wagner at the top. He looks like a set play here for Lenoir-Rhyne. High pick and roll. Harmon inside to Nunn, backing down and not able to get it to go. We have a hurt player injury. It looks like Kirkpatrick is down on the deck. Let's hope she is all right. Like some contact inside between her and Olivia Nunn. We're going to take a little short breather here for a second. We'll be back shortly.
What does unlimited mean to you? At Carolina West Wireless, it means unlimited media, unlimited fun, and unlimited access to our nationwide high-speed network. Sign up today for an unlimited data plan and pay just $35 per month per line for 4 lines. And we'll include hotspot and big-time savings on a new smartphone. Take $350 off the revolutionary new Samsung Galaxy S20 and get more out of your unlimited. Expect more, get more. Only from Carolina West Wireless.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And we are back. Kirkpatrick able to go off the court under her own power. Let's hope she is all right there for the Rail Splitters. LMU on the offensive end. Lenoir-Rhyne still in a man defense. Looks like they're not switching. They're staying home on everything. Good ball denial. Now a drive by Maney, a kick out to Flowers on top of the key and knocks it down from distance. I'll cut the lead into 1. 27-26 to Lenoir-Rhyne over LMU. Wagner at the top of the key trying to set up the offense. Gets denied inside to Cheryl. Free throw line jump shot, no good. Board is secured there by Maney, and now Flowers looking to force the issue. Good job by Wagner to stop the backdoor cut, and Keeney will try her luck from the outside. No good. Harmon driving in. Outside for Wagner for 3. Her first look at 3, no good, in and out. And that ball will go off LMU.
That was a rebound by Maney. She looked to outlet it. I think it slipped out of her hand, and that ball went out of bounds. It'll be interesting to see Maney in this second half. As we said, she got off to a really hot start. See if she can continue it in the second half. She only played 4 minutes, but had 5 points in those 4 minutes early. Really got Lincoln Memorial going early and then had to sit the rest of the half.
LR has got to get something going early. McClung off a high pick. Now Wagner driving in, stops. Swing over to Harmon. Harmon open there, a floater, and knocks it down bottom of the cup.
She's tough with that floater. That's the second one she hit. She hit one at the end of the first half, right at the very end, and she hit one here in the start of the second half. She's got a good offensive game. She can get her shot off pretty much in any spot on this court.
Yeah, she's very smooth with it. Like I said earlier, it kind of slows the game down, and that's an excellent skill to have if you're a freshman. And a 3, no good. Harmon able to save it. An athletic move there by the freshman.
Her 5th rebound, we mentioned she's averaging 7 a game from the perimeter, leading the team, and she's already got 5 here today.
Yeah, I would really love to see LR reward Nunn working so hard in the low block, but every time they're never putting the ball in quickly enough. And Harmon for 3, no good.
That was a good look from the top of the key. A nice screen-the-screener action off the ball. Got her an open look from the top of the key, but just couldn't knock it down. But good offensive execution there. They did everything that they could have. They did it right and got the shot that they wanted.
Good hesitation by Kaiser. Now Maney will fire from the top of the key and gets it to go.
She's got the hot hand. Foul trouble set her back in the first half, and hopefully for Lenoir-Rhyne's sake, she doesn't catch fire here in the second half like she has so far.
And a good no-look pass by Harmon, and she will get called for the offensive foul.
Keeney's been giving them really, really good minutes. She played 20 minutes in the first half off the bench. She's got 5 points and 6 rebounds. She's got an assist. She just drew that charge. We mentioned having a senior to bring off the bench. I think that's one of the differences between these two teams right now, too, is Lenoir-Rhyne leans a lot on freshmen and underclassmen coming off the bench. But when you have a senior as your 6th person on the team, that makes a big difference. She stepped up and kind of got called on earlier than she probably expected to today, but was ready to play whenever her number was called.
As Cheryl jumps the passing lane on the post. Now Harmon inside to Nunn.
They're going to get another charge. Two plays in a row, Keeney with the charge. That was a huge one there. That one was a little more of a 50-50 call. That could have gone either way, but, the senior being in the right place at the right time.
That's always a tough call, especially, if you've been a guard before, trying to drive in the lane. You got to leave room for the guard to drive and finish the pass off. At the same time, the defender has every right to that space, so it's a bang-bang play. Keeney, dribble handoff with Flowers. Now over to Kaiser, drives base on a kick at the corner, and Profit not able to handle it.
It was a good baseline drive to get open. Kaiser beat her defender baseline, and three defenders from Lenoir-Rhyne had to converge on her. She drove and kicked it to Profit, who had a good look. And again, the offensive execution on both ends is starting to look a little bit more in sync here in the second half.
Now Wagner, who's been quiet tonight on the offensive end, and
that's the 3rd offensive foul that they're going to get Lenoir-Rhyne for. They're going to call Olivia Nunn pushing off, trying to get that pass, that post entry from Wagner. I guess they're going to get her with a right arm shove. I guess that was a left forearm shove to try and grab that ball.
Yeah, it's been tough there for the posts here tonight on some of the illegal screens and offensive foul action. I think it's due to pressure, excuse me.
Maney came out. I think she's getting some attention from the trainer. She might have a cut or something on her arm. So it looks like they're going to give her some time to get that taken care of. And we mentioned when she's been out there, she's been dynamic for Lincoln Memorial. And unfortunately, whether it was foul trouble or this looks like a little cut or scrape on her arm, she's been on the bench more than she's been on the court. It's good to see Kirkpatrick check back in. She had the injury scare earlier in the half, so she'll be entering for Maney.
It's Lincoln Memorial possession. 29-29. We're tied up here with 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Working the ball around. Keeney directing the offense. 15 on the shot clock. And a good drive and body right there by Lauren Flowers. Kind of using that shoulder to kind of shield the ball away from the defender.
Believe it or not, this is the largest lead for Lincoln Memorial all afternoon, the 31-29 advantage here midway through the third quarter. The Bears have had the upper hand for 77% of this game, according to our live stats, and it has been tied too. So Lincoln Memorial not accustomed to playing from on top.
It's Crooks trying to fight for the ball, gets on the deck, and a jump ball.
Good hustle by both teams there. Jump ball possession arrow is going to favor Lincoln Memorial. And looks like we have immediate timeout on the court.
As we are halfway through the third quarter, it's that time of the game where we tell you about the Texas Roadhouse fan of the game. Texas Roadhouse fan of the game is Rowan Blakely Crooks from Blakely Crooks family. She has been watching Crooks' games since she was at least 1 month old. And fans, if you want to be a part of this now established tradition by LR, the fan of Texas Roadhouse fan of the game, just send your photos into Bear Sports, tag us on social media, as well as send it by email to athletics@lr.edu. And you can be a chance at winning the fan of the game. And if you win, you get dinner for two free from Texas Roadhouse. So thank you for Texas Roadhouse for sponsoring this as Rowan, fan of the game.
We love seeing all ages joining us on the Bear Sports Network, and I know you guys all have to kind of support from home this year, and we wish you could be in here, and hopefully, things might clear up, in the coming months and get you back in Shoot for Jim with us. But in the meantime, we appreciate you taking time on this Saturday to join us and follow along, whether it's the live stats or the social media or on the broadcast here. So thank you for joining us on all our avenues.
Yeah, and it's the fans that really make this game really special. We love seeing the players play in front of their home fans, but with COVID going around, this is a different time, and we enjoy you if you're and appreciate you if you're watching the stream right now here from home. So it's a 31-29 ball game, under 5 here in the third quarter. LMU on top of Lenoir-Rhyne. Good ball denial there by Wagner. Flowers driving in right-handed. Strong outside there for Profit. Short on the rim, and a good box out by Olivia Nunn.
Profit had a good look at it there. She's had a couple good looks. Unfortunately for Lincoln Memorial's sake, they haven't found the bottom of the bucket, but she keeps getting looks like that they'll bound to eventually.
Crooks strong on about a 19-foot jump shot there, not able to get it to go. Kaiser fakes middle, drives baseline, and Hines will get called for the reach-in foul.
I think they're going to get her with a hand check. She had her hands on her as she was driving baseline. Kaiser kind of beat her off the dribble. Hines had her hands on her, and the ref whistled her for that one. That's 4-0 on fouls in this third quarter. The Bears been whistled 4 times, so that could get them to the free throw line the rest of the quarter. So next foul on LR will get Lincoln Memorial 2 shots.
Kaiser a 3. Comes up with nothing but air there, but good job by Flowers, keeping her feet in bounds. And great defense by McClung, kind of pulled the chair from under Flowers. Now McClung to Crooks off the glass for 2. And that's what I was talking about, Jay-Z. If they can get defense and turn it into offense in transition, I like LR's chances.
That was beautiful transition offense. They kept their spacing. Hannah drew the defender, kicked it to Blakely for a wide open, 8-10 footer, which she banked in, and that's something that hopefully gets this team going. Just 2 for 8 so far here in the third quarter. 4 points as Kinley gets to the bucket again and scores, giving her 7 on the game, 7 and 7 on the game. But this is what I was worried about. I was worried that the team would start to fall, to fatigue here in the second half with a smaller roster and, just going 2 for 8 so far in this third quarter. 4 points, haven't hit from long range. Maybe that fatigue is starting to set in.
And you saw that was just a veteran move there by Keeney on the freshman. Got her to bite on the pump fake and drove in with the right. Wagner fires a 3 and now gets it to go from the wing.
Not a bad time for your first field goal of the afternoon. Big shot from Alyssa Wagner. Put the Bears back on top, 34-33.
Yeah, if they're going to beat the zone, Jason, they got to start knocking down outside shots.
Yeah, that's, the zone buster is a good three-point offensive attack. And if you can start hitting shots, they're going to come out of that zone.
Now Kaiser, a good all fake there. Gets an open jump shot. And another offensive rebound will be corralled by Lauren Flowers. And a post shot, no good. McClung corrals it, pushing the floor. A Euro step with the left, and she's going to draw the foul, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Keeney tried to get a third charge call in the quarter. I'm not sure what the NCAA record is for charges drawn in a quarter, but she was trying to get closer to that one. This time got whistled for the block, and you know what? With 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the third quarter, Lenoir-Rhyne has a chance to hit their first free throw of the game. Just 0 for 1 so far.
Now McClung to the line, as you said, 0 for 1. Trying to extend Lenoir-Rhyne's lead. 1 point lead, 34-33.
McClung's an 80% free throw shooter for the season, so one of the ones you want at the line. Next one would put her in double digits, and it does.
So McClung now with 10 points, a 3-point lead for Lenoir-Rhyne. 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Keeney there with Cheryl. Flowers at the top of the key. Maney has re-entered the game. Good to see that she's all right. Keeney dumps it off for Maney, and that was a pretty pass outside. Wagner not able to get to it, and Profit can't connect. Maney, a good up and under move, still not able to connect, and Flowers will go to the line for 2.
Maney has done a lot of things while she's been out on the court. She's dangerous with a great pass there. Got the offensive rebound. Unfortunately, that's the first shot she missed, and that was probably the easiest one she's taken today was that putback. But Flowers got it, and she's getting to the line.
Yeah, she showed excellent footwork there on that up and under move. Really good job there by the post player to get that one. And Flowers knocks down a free throw.
Giving her 10 points on the day, getting her into double figures. We mentioned Hannah McClung got into double figures with that free throw on the other end. That's the 11th time in her career that she's reached double figures. No good on the second, but Keeney's there for the offensive rebound. She's going to pull from 3, and she buries it. Unconscious from 3. Didn't even think about it. Got the offensive rebound, dribbled it out. 4-point play for Lincoln Memorial with the free throw and the three-pointer, and that'll put them back on top, 37-36.
There's a dump down pass there to Shell. Good hands up play there by Crooks to keep her eyes open. And
McClung steals the inbounds pass and draws the foul. That was a heads up play by Hannah McClung.
McClung looking like a DB, jumping the route, able to snag the ball out of the air and draw the foul. To show you the replay.
What a perfect zone break, too. They got to the middle and Blakely Crooks. Blakely dumped it off to Mallory Sherrill for the easy bucket.
It's been one of the themes here in the second half, defense and the offense. And Lenoir-Rhyne has done a great job of forcing the issue in transition. And I think that's where they may be able to beat this Lincoln Memorial squad.
The Bears have won 3 straight in this head-to-head matchup. The sweep last year and one to end the 2018-19 season, looking for win number 4 in a row against the Rail Splitters.
Crooks, a little out of hand, but resets now up to highs. looking for some action. McClung wants the ball, but Flowers, great ball denial. Wagner trying to feed Crooks in the post. Turn around with the hook and gets the friendly roll.
That was a tough shot, too, going away from the basket. Got the bounce, got the shooter's touch. We call that one the shooter's touch off the rim, giving the Bears a 3-point lead.
It's almost like she practices on these rims every day. Good job right there by Crooks. And now Maney.
Yeah, too much body there. Too much body. She put it on the floor on her left hand. Blakely caught her with the body, and she's going to get whistled for the foul. And again, this is going to send Lincoln Memorial to the line.
And Crooks has been able to help out Harmon and McClung in this game and really kind of jumpstart Lenoir-Rhyne's offense. And I know Flowers wants that Maney wants that free throw.
She's going to blame that on the injury earlier in the quarter, I think. She's too good of a shooter to have that happen again. There it is.
Redeems herself, going 1 for 2 at the line. So we're under a minute, 37.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. JZ, so far you predicted a very low-scoring affair between both squads, 40-38.
Each team probably have one more field goal, one more possession to end this quarter, as there's about 6.5 seconds differential between the game clock and the shot clock.
You see Crooks taking the screen, and she might be open here off the roll. Crooks open, going to drive in with the left. If Crooks can handle that drive to her left, that's a free lane at a layup. Still in Lenoir-Rhyne possession. Highs looking to inbound. Out to McClung. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Highs driving in with the left. Goes up, and she'll draw the foul, going to the line for 2 on Kaiser. And if you're Lenoir-Rhyne, that is the best output besides putting the ball in the basket is, finishing out that clock strong and giving your opposition a little time left to score, as well as going to the line and making a defender pick up a foul.
Olivia Nunn ready to check in.
As both free throws good there for Highs. Jay-Z said Olivia Nunn has re-entered the game trying to play defense.
Those are the first 2 made free throws of the career of Josie Highs. First time she's gotten to the line in 5 games now.
4 seconds left. Flowers driving in strong and able to beat McClung to the spot. And like you said, too easy.
Too easy. At the end of you got to know all she can do is get to the basket with that little time. And she drove on Hannah. There was not much help defense on it, and that's a big bucket to give Lincoln Memorial some more momentum going into this fourth quarter, 42-40.
So we're going to give another shout-out here to a sponsor here for Lenoir-Rhyne. I'm going to give a shout-out to K&L Done Right. Are you in the market for a new roof? Contact K&L Done Right Roofing, a proud LR supporter serving the Foothills regions since 2009. Jay-Z, fourth quarter action. This is where, you get those game checks, so to say. This is where you bread your butter. Who's going to stand out to you in the fourth quarter?
I think it's got to be experience right now. Lenoir-Rhyne has gone into the fourth quarter with a lead against Catawba. Unfortunately, Catawba's upperclassmen stepped up. They threw a press on and came away with that win in the fourth quarter last game. As we see Emily Harmon, she's the freshman. She's the young one of the squad. And Lauren Flowers leading their respective teams with 13 and 12 points. But who's going to step up? Who's going to make some plays? The buckets have been few and far between and hard to come by and hard-earned in this one. But who can run their offense well enough, who can stay disciplined, who can take the good shots, who can box out, who can do all the little things that are going to get you a win. Because right now there's 10 minutes separating these teams from a much-needed victory.
I love that. Go back to the basics. Go back to what got you here in the first place. You're basically, if you're looking at the score 42-40, this is a 2-0 ball game.
Both teams shooting under 40% in this one, as you could have guessed with the score. But it's going to come down to the effort plays. Lincoln Memorial with the 27-23 advantage on the glass, something that we said that was really important. Lenoir-Rhyne, 13 assists to only 6 for Lincoln Memorial, so they've been doing more of those one-on-one type of offensive plays.
Good denial in the post there by Lincoln Memorial. Harmon here with 10 seconds on the clock. She's got to get going. Now finally into the post to Cheryl. Now to Nunn with the left, and a good teamwork right there from the bigs of Lenoir-Rhyne.
Yeah, that's what we said, a couple of times in this broadcast. Let's try and get that ball inside, and good things seem to happen, whether it's a kick it back out to an open shooter or get a shot in the lane like this right here. Get that ball in the paint, and good things can happen.
That's just a disconnect there on the defensive end from Lenoir-Rhyne, leaving a wide open Kirkpatrick on the baseline.
One thing you want to see from a young team, Lenoir-Rhyne has a young team. I think they've handled the press a lot better today than they did against Catawba in the second half. They've been able to break it, got that open transition basket off of it. So progress has been made under Coach Smith.
Now McClung will fire a three. Good kick out.
Good hustle for that rebound. Which way are they going? They're going down. It's going to Lincoln Memorial is going to get that. Both teams playing really hard. Coach Carter's down here yelling. Coach Smith's down here yelling. Both of these teams want it. That's why you love Division II college basketball. These teams want it so bad.
Yeah, especially this SAC conference. There's not really, especially in this division, there's not really one team that's better.
Shout out to men's lacrosse assistant coach Ryan Crompton. We joke about it, but it's an all hands on deck right now for every college athletic department, and we appreciate all the people on staff for helping us out and helping put this broadcast together and this game together.
Now Lincoln Memorial with possession, 44-42 ball game here with 8:40 remaining. Keeney now over to Profit. Good defense by McClung. Kaiser looking for an outlet. Good work here on the defensive end. Lenoir-Rhyne really making Lincoln Memorial think, and Keeney just short on that attempt from three.
Hannah McClung grabs the board. She's got 5 assists and 2 rebounds to go with her 10 points. So she's filling up the stat sheet for Lenoir-Rhyne. That one almost gets turned over, and we don't want your big handling that ball around midcourt, so let's set up something else here.
Cheryl now looking for a handoff with Wagner. Bears have got to get something going north to south.
Yeah, that was a disjointed possession. Again, we talked earlier in the first half about how deflections can change an entire possession, and that ball got tipped. Mallory Cheryl had it about 35 feet away from the basket, and then nothing good came of it in a turnover, and that's a big defensive possession because now Lincoln Memorial has a shot to tie it or take the lead.
You see Coach Crompton getting a lot of action here tonight, making sure that our players are safe on the court, wiping up those wet spots.
Getting a towel. Looks like we're getting a towel. Justin Hay, another man. Johnny on the spot here is one of the game workers, but I want to shout out our broadcast team here with Chris Rickenbaugh and Adelie Harrison on the camera, Phil Escobar on the producing, and a lot of people behind the scenes making this game all happen and bringing that to you.
Good job of drying up that wet spot. Want to keep our players safe, just like FryCare Sports Medicine and Concussion Clinic. FryCare Sports Medicine and Concussion Clinic offers evaluations and treatment for bone and joint injuries and suspected concussions. For more information, visit FryCareConcussion.com. So we're back for more action. Keeney at the top of the key. We're going to look to drive. Able to create
a lot
space.
Of contact, but that's a good dribble drive. That's a tough matchup for Olivia Nunn, for somebody that can put the ball on the floor. She's not used to that. She's normally banging down low.
Harmon needs some help, and will be staying with Lenoir-Rhyne.
They're going to say that ball got knocked away, and it did not get knocked away. She lost it out of bounds, but the refs missed that one, and that one's going to stay with Lenoir-Rhyne, as the Lincoln Memorial bench is not a fan of that call, and I think they got that one wrong, but it happens. Dribble handoff to Harmon, who finds the weak spot in the zone, kicks it to McClung in the corner, launches a three. That one is no good. A fight for the rebound. That's going to be a foul on the Bears. They're going to get Blakely Crooks over the back.
And that's tough there for Lenoir-Rhyne, as they are looking to regain the lead in this ball game, as we're tied at 44 apiece with 7:18 remaining. And Dizzy, so far this game has looking like it's going to come down to the wire. We need a team to kind of propel themselves forward here on the offensive end.
Yeah, this game has been really close the whole way. As Maney launches a three, that one's long, but an offensive rebound to the rail splitters, who are going to pull it back out, but a quick travel is called on Keeney.
Yep, got to put the ball on the deck there before you shuffle your feet. Good call by the referees.
Keeney, one rebound away from a double-double. Lincoln Memorial with 2 players in double figures. Keeney and Flowers each with 12 points, while the Bears have 3 in double figures. Harmon with 13. McClung and Crooks each with 10. So Blakely Crooks has stepped up. 5 field goals, and this one added 4 rebounds as well.
Harmon trying to make the ball around. Good pass inside to Cheryl with the left.
Big basket there for Cheryl.
The Bears regain the lead, 46-44. Working the ball around. Kaiser drives baseline. Now Keeney off the pick and pop. Missed all of that one, and Wagner needs some help. Harmon. Crooks will be open in the corner if she gets it to her. Now inside to Cheryl, and a beautiful dime there by Emily Harmon to Cheryl. So back-to-back buckets there by Mallory Cheryl. And a blocking foul will be called. Let's see who it's on, and an and one for Jordan Maney.
I think they're going to whistle Cheryl on that one. Big basket by Maney, a big answer. The Bears had some momentum with back-to-back buckets from Cheryl. As we look at the play of the game, the K&L Dunright play of the game is going to be a basket by Mallory Cheryl. Big bucket there to put the Bears on top.
And this beautiful wraparound. You know, when you're a guard, if you can make it down to the baseline, like you said, that's your bread and butter. Able to wrap a ball around right into the post, a pocket pass.
Not sure what we got here, but refs are going to the scores table. We have 2 scores table today, the socially distant one we had to spread apart and get a second one across the court, as you kind of can see both of those tables right now, and the refs are trying to get an answer.
I think they were trying to make sure that it was an and one, and decide how many shots that Maney gets the line, and they've confirmed that it will be 1 shot. I didn't think there was confusion about that one, as you heard.
That better be safe than sorry. It's a one possession game. Might as well get it right and take a couple seconds to talk it over as Maney buries that one. Timeout is called by Lincoln Memorial's Coach Carter. 48-47 with 5:56 left in this 4th quarter. Join us for this dramatic conclusion.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert?
Fresh vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
As we're back here on Bear Sports Network, your score is 48-47, and now we're going to show you a replay there of the K&L Dunright play of the game. Defense there as Keeney fires a one here by Hannah McClung. See the outlet pass by Olivia Nunn, and McClung hesitation, drives in with the left, count the basket for the hoop and harm, and that's the K&L Dunright play of the game.
So this one's going to be tight. It's been tight the whole way. It's 48-47, 5:56 to play. I think it's going to come down to who can do the best job on the boards and who can find some easy baskets, transition, free throws, get to the line, some of those things.
Now the Bears will look to break this press. And that's a great job by LMU to put Maney up in this press. He is very long and athletic, kind of slow down the Bears. LR's done a better job of getting their offense earlier, and I'd love to see this on this possession. McClung, Harmon, Now to Crooks and a low pass.
Yeah, that was not a very catchable pass to Blakely. Crooks threw it at the knees. It's going to result in a turnover as LR needs to get back on defense here.
Good job by McClung to stop the fast break. And Kaiser has been doing that the whole game. She loves that little fake middle to a baseline drive.
And you know what? She had a pull-up jumper there if she wanted it. She looked to kick it out, but I don't think she realized how open she actually was. She could have had a 10, 12-foot pull-up right there and had a pretty good shot. Instead, they got to set something up now with 15 seconds left on the shot clock.
Flowers now over to Kaiser. Trying to free up Maney. Now Keeney outside to Profit for three. Left it short. Good board by McClung. And she can have numbers here if she looks up. Decides to bring it back out. She had Cheryl open on the inside of the paint.
Probably a good idea. Make sure we get a good shot out of this possession here. This is an important one with 4:49 to play.
Harmon surveying inside. Pull-up jump shot. No good, bouncing around, and Maney finally gets the ball. And what could have been an opportunity at a steal there for Lenoir-Rhyne will end up being a foul on Hannah McClung.
They're going to whistle her for a reach-in, and we're going to get an immediate timeout here with 4:39 left to play. The Bears with a 48-47 advantage. Fouls are 3-0 here in this quarter on the Bears. So, again, we saw the third quarter, it was 4-0 to start in fouls. This quarter, it's 3-0 to start in fouls. You don't want to get those fouls early because that gives them chances to get to the free throw line. And, you know, we've seen the offensive struggles on each side of the court. So any easy baskets are going to be advantages. And to be down 3-0 in fouls, you're two away from sending them to the line for the rest of the quarter.
Exactly. And this is going to be tough and gritty basketball coming down the stretch. Like we've been saying, it's 4:39 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Lenoir-Rhyne is up 48-47 over the LMU Rail Splitters. And Coach Smith drawing up a play there. And as you see the little stat update here, see Lauren Flowers, the leading scorer with 10 points. 11 points, 12 points.
Keep trying.
Let me keep counting. Math was not my major, as we can see.
She keeps scoring as time goes on.
Live updates for you. And then Emily Harmon with 13 points, 6 for 12 from the field, 1 from 5 from 3, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. You see she's really piling up the stat sheet there.
You know, another thing to look at here is Hannah McClung has played this whole game along with Kaiser for Lincoln Memorial. Each played all 35 minutes. You know, that's a lot to ask for, especially with a season like this that's had some stops and some starts, and it hasn't been always consistent to get in the gym and get your practices in. You know, that's tough to play an entire game. But these two have done it, and they probably will be playing the last 4:39 as well.
Working the ball around LMU, trying to free up Profit. She's open for three and knocks it down from the wing.
I was just about to say after that last shot that she missed in the corner that was open that she's going to hit one of these eventually. I just didn't want to say it and speak it into existence, but I knew that one of those was going to fall from her. She's too good of a shooter.
Yeah, Lenoir-Rhyne has got to work on breaking this press, especially when Harmon's dribbling 1v3. That means two players are left open.
You know, the tough thing about the press is once you break it, you look up and you realize there's only, 10, 15 seconds to get into an offensive set.
Harmon open in the corner. Knocks it down. Twinkle to twine. Emily Harmon.
Big shot from the freshman. Staring a deficit, a 2-point deficit. She coolly, calmly sinks the three.
Keen driving baseline. She's going to use that body. Great help defense by Wagner. And Flowers a three-pointer. Secured by McClung and gets knocked down. A lot of contact. It will remain Lenoir-Rhyne basketball.
That's a great skip pass from Alyssa Wagner, too. Drew two defenders, knew somebody was open, skipped it across court against the zone, found the opening, and gave a wide open look to Emily Harmon.
And good job by Harmon taking her time to knock down that three. Gives Lenoir-Rhyne a 1-point lead. With 3:20 remaining, 51-50. Wagner trying to feed the Cheryl. Cheryl has got to get out of the paint, be close to a 3-second call. Harmon, a floater, left it short, gets the offensive rebound, puts it off the glass for two. Hey, JJ, let's just pad the stats for Emily Harmon working on that triple-double.
You know, it speaks volume to a freshman that's coming up and making big plays when the team needs it most. The three-pointer, the own offensive rebound putback, she's making the plays when Lenoir-Rhyne needs them the most.
Big-time moves right there by the freshman Wagner. grabs the board, and there needs to be some communication that there's Maney there behind her. Flowers going baseline, and a blocking foul will be called. And that's tough. You see Coach Smith being very vocal there with his team. Really wanted them to kind of slow it down and bring it back out and get it in the hands of the point guard, McClung or Harmon.
I think on this offensive possession, Maney needs a touch for Lincoln Memorial. Good things seem to have happened when she gets the ball in her hands, and she's got a post inside.
Good help by Crooks, but you can't leave Maney open.
She's tough. I think this might have been a different game if she hadn't gotten in foul trouble in the first half and missed a couple minutes here in the second half. She's been a big difference maker for Lincoln Memorial.
McClung's got an open swing pass to Wagner. She wants it, and Maney gets the steal, but Harmon is there to rob it. And a kicked ball, and that will remain Lenoir-Rhyne possession. Back and forth we go. It's coming down to the wires. We show you a replay. See McClung losing the ball there. Is Maney able to intercept it? But Harmon says, give me that. And runs it back up the floor. 53-52, 2:13 remaining. Jay-Z, we're into that kind of, so to say, 2-minute warning for both sides. What do we have in store here?
Yeah, this is when you need your best players to get the ball right now. And we mentioned Maney needs the ball in her hands at some point in a possession. She has 17 points in 17 minutes of action. That's tough to do. 6 of 9, 3 for 4 from deep. And I think the Lenoir-Rhyne offense right now has to run through Emily Harmon. She's got the hot hand. She's got 18 points, 6 boards, 4 assists. Between her and Hannah McClung, I think on the Lenoir-Rhyne end, those are the two people you want shooting. And Lincoln Memorial, you want Maney to either drive and create on a shot for herself or get something to her teammate, because those are the people that the offense should be running through right now.
That's exactly what I want to see, and especially on that press break, if you can see Hannah McClung or Emily Harmon kind of look up, those wings are wide open if they can get something over the top. And that's what the Lincoln Memorial team wants. So I would say if you can get a pass to half court and then look for that kind of bullet pass over the wing, you have wide open looks for days. There's been points where the Bears have been 1v3 trying to break a press.
And something to look at right now, I'm just seeing as I pull up the live stats here, is Hannah McClung has 4 fouls. That would be devastating for Lenoir-Rhyne. She's the ball handler, the primary ball handler. And, if she were to pick up that 5th foul, I think it changes the whole dynamic of the offense. So she has to play smart for this final 2:13.
Lenoir-Rhyne possession, 53-52. Harmon, leading scorer here for LR with 18 points on the night. McClung inside to Crooks. Crooks going to work, kicks it out to Wagner. Wagner, free throw line, extended jump shot on the baseline, gets it to go.
Big shot there from Wagner Jr., one of the lone upperclassmen on this team, and a big play right there to give this a 3-point advantage.
Yeah, she's been working on that dribble pull-up and knocked it down. And Flowers wants that drive going to her left. A 3 there by Profit. Left it short. Harmon corrals the board. Looking to spin. Needs some help. And a timeout.
Good timeout by Coach Smith.
That's a veteran move right there by Coach Smith. Calling a timeout. 55-52. 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining here in this ball game. Lenoir-Rhyne is up by 3 with possession.
That was a heads-up timeout call. Emily Harmon was trapped. She was double-teamed. I think she was probably moments away from a turnover, so Coach Smith got the timeout. And as soon as he did, Emily tried to do one of those, throw it off the leg of the defender and get it out of bounds, but she missed the leg, and that would have been an open turnover in a basket for Lincoln Memorial, which would have been a huge turn of events in this one. But a good timeout call by Coach Smith, and he's got to draw up a press beater right now because you don't want to turn this ball over in your own end and lead to an easy basket for Lincoln Memorial right now.
Exactly.
The main thing, get this ball over half court, take care of it, get it in Hannah McClung's hands. Let's run some offense and milk this clock down a little bit.
I was just about to say that. When you get this ball past half court, I'm not taking a shot until we're under 5, to be honest with you. You got to milk as much clock as you can. It's a one-possession ball game. If you get a good look, that's even better.
Ball into McClung. I would just get out of her way right now. Good call. Good foul call.
And a foul is called, and to the protest right there of Lauren Flowers, she does not like that call. Felt like she got the ball.
Surprising, that's the first foul whistled on Lincoln Memorial in this, the first, see if I can do math on the fly, 7 minutes and 32 seconds of this one.
Trying to inbound the ball, going backwards to Harmon. Looks like LMU will break from the press. 23 seconds on the shot clock. We're going closer to a minute 15. You want the ball in Harmon or McClung's hands. Now to Hannah McClung. And a great read by Lauren Flowers.
Yeah. Got a hand on it. Deflection, out of bounds, 12 to shoot. Now you have a disjointed offense. You got to start your offense on a out of bounds entry pass just to get the ball in, and then try and start something with only 12 to shoot.
Yeah, I like a high pick and roll with Harmon rolling to the basket. High pick and roll.
Good
Harmon
screen by Blakely
driving
Crooks.
in the hesitation, and it's too easy for the freshman, Jay-Z.
That's a big basket. Gives her 20 on the game, and 5-point advantage, which is huge, making this a 2-possession game.
Kaiser outside. McClung looking to get the steal and not able to save it. Great hustle and defense.
Great effort. She almost stole it a couple times as we take a look at this. You called it the high pick and roll. Blakely Crooks had a great screen, and they had to switch, putting Maney on Emily Harmon, and that's a mismatch. You'll take that anytime for the Bears.
So we are at 45 seconds remaining here in this ball game. Lenoir-Rhyne is up 57-52. And we're going to take a little short breather with more fourth quarter action. We're back in action. LMU with the ball. 40 seconds remaining. Flowers spinning up with the right and secured by Crooks. Lenoir-Rhyne can hold it. They got a foul.
Yeah, Lincoln Memorial needs a foul. It's a 5-point game. 32 seconds left. They have to send somebody to the free throw line. And Hannah McClung's probably not the one that you wanted to send to the line. They could have got Blakely Crooks right after the rebound there, sending the freshman to the line. But oh wait, I'm way off. They got to foul 3 more times before they send somebody to the line. So they got a lot of work to do here.
And this is where you got to trap early, and as soon as they get the ball, you got to foul. You can't really let them hold the ball. It's a 2-possession ball game. Good to now. Crooks now with the ball. She'll be fouled immediately.
Yeah, you just got to be smart with these inbound passes. That's the only way that this thing can swing right now, because they got to foul 2 more times to get us to the line, and the only thing that could, as we run the out-of-bounds play too early, it doesn't even have the ball yet, and they're already running the out-of-bounds play.
Well, just like they drew it up. And Harmon
they showed their hand, but they still got it inbounds.
Gets the ball inbounds.
That's one of those, we're going to show you what you're going to do, and we're still going to beat you with it.
Hey, I mean, if you can't stop it,
yeah.
Keep going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 57-52 ball game. If you're just tuning in, 30 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Lenoir-Rhyne up over Lincoln Memorial. Inbounding the ball to Crooks, and immediately not fouled.
A couple valuable seconds ran off the clock, but eventually they got the free throw, the foul, and they're going to send the freshman to the free throw line.
And this is where you see those PTP, Jay-Z, the prime time players step up here in the clutch, as good old Dickie V would call him. And now that's going to send Blakely Crooks to the line.
And the freshman, she's 0 for 1 on the season from the free throw line. This is the one that they probably wanted to get to the line just to make her earn it as the freshman. Misses the first. So door's still open for Lincoln Memorial. They have time to get back into this one, but it starts on this box out right here.
And Crooks the line and knocks down the second one. Now a 6-point lead for Lenoir-Rhyne, and a timeout will be called by Lincoln Memorial. Coach Carter wanting to draw something up here, get a quick look for LMU. It does not have to be a 3-point basket.
Down 6 with 27 seconds, you're running out of time. You need to get something quick. It can be a quick 2. you need to probably maybe start looking for the three. Unfortunately for Lincoln Memorial, they're just 7 for 24. They're shooting 29%. They're coming off a game where they only shot 5% from three. So you're right. You might be better equipped to try and go to the basket and get something quick in the lane, and then try and play the foul game and send LR to the free throw line and hope you get some misses.
Especially when you got someone like Jordan Maney, who's got a lot of twitch fiber and a very athletic player there for LMU. He's looking for a screen, and Profit's open in the corner. Keeney will fire from three, in and out.
Hannah McClung grabs the board, and she's going to get fouled. Fitting, for someone her size to be as fierce of a rebounder and to grab those loose balls. Hannah's got, possibly the biggest heart on this team, and she'll go to the line looking to ice this one now.
Exactly. McClung not afraid to go mix it up there with the Giants and securing that board, a clutch rebound.
She's going to play all 40 minutes tonight. 11 points now, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a couple steals. Sometimes the stat line doesn't always show all the things that Hannah McClung does out there.
And calmly goes 2 for 2. Bears up by 8, 15 seconds remaining. Flowers, straight line drive to the basket, and that's the most ideal situation for LMU. Now inbounding it to McClung, immediately fouled by Flowers. And this might be the best person you want at the line here for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Hopefully we can close out these last 11 seconds and give a huge shout out to Coach Graham Smith. This would be his first win at Lenoir-Rhyne. He came in with an unbelievable record at his previous stops, and we know it's just a matter of time until he gets this thing up and rolling. But, win number 1 is always a special one, and I'm sure he'll remember this for a long time, and I'm sure he wished his family and his loved ones were here to give a big hug to and celebrate with. But we'll give a big round of applause here to Coach Smith, hopefully, in 11.2 seconds.
Yeah. McClung at the line again. 3 straight free throws for McClung. 61-54.
Flowers, just clean that up. Flowers just fouled out with that foul. So, second leading scorer in Lincoln Memorial's out now, giving them this doesn't look too promising for the Rail Splitters comeback attempt.
And if you're Harmon, you gotta go press Kaiser. And Kaiser straight line drive, turnover, and another steal for McClung. And what a way to cap it off if you're McClung, to close this one out, to try to put it to a 10-point lead. 4.3 seconds remaining.
I was just going to make a comment that it's so quiet in here while she shoots her free throws, but that's because there's nobody in here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're used to working a basketball game, you've got those boos and jeers ingrained in your memory inside your head, but McClung is cold-blooded. Can't get the second one to go, but puts the Bears up 9. Keeney, too late right there, and that is the ball game. Your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears win 63-54 over Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters, and they secure their first victory of the season and Coach Graham Smith's first victory here at Lenoir-Rhyne.
They came in shorthanded. They had to make an adjustment to the starting lineup. 2 players collide with each other and shoot around, leaving a starter unavailable.
Not switching, they're staying.
Tough-fought game to get your first one of the year. That just shows the resiliency of the team, and kudos to Coach Smith.
We show you a little highlight package from today's game. As Jay-Z predicted, this game was very slow from the early onset of this one, and really got it going was Emily Harmon filling up the stat sheet for Lenoir-Rhyne. Came very close to my prediction where a freshman was going to get 20 points here tonight, and I believe
she did.
Harmon finished with 20 points here tonight, as well as a handful of rebounds. So she finished with 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, along with 2 steals. And not to be outside McClung with 15, 5, and 5. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. While Crooks added 11 points off the bench and 5 rebounds. So we've got that third option there for Lenoir-Rhyne finally, and they grab their first win of the season. And if you're LR, you got to feel good about yourself. You're down a lot of players. You only played, I believe, 6 players here tonight, and done a great job overall to stick in it and stick with it. And you're doing a great job as they move on to their next game. Jay-Z, who is your player of the game for this game?
I think we have to go with Emily Harmon. I think, that fourth quarter performance with her just hitting that big three-pointer on the skip pass from Alyssa Wagner, the next possession coming down, getting the offensive rebound off her own miss, put back to score, finishing with 20 points. I think it's a no-brainer to go with Emily Harmon for this Domino's player of the game.
Yeah, super proud of the freshman right there, able to step up and, show everyone what she's made of. She's been balling out all season and finally gets the end result there for Lenoir-Rhyne. 63-54 is the final score. Well,
make sure you stay with us, too. The next one is going to be a big one. The number 2 team in the nation taking on the Bears. Kind of cap a big afternoon of Lenoir-Rhyne Lincoln Memorial basketball as you take a look at Emily Harmon's stat line, 9 of 17 from the field, 7 boards, 4 assists, 20 points for the freshman.
Great performance. Like Jay-Z said, stay tuned for the second game of our doubleheader. It's a huge game as LR plays the number 2 team in all the land, Lincoln Memorial, here at home. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back here shortly.